Hey everybody, I've got the gloves. It's time for finishing. There are about a million different ways to finish a guitar and to finish a guitar neck. I am going to show you one method that I like, and it's kind of my go-to method lately. I really like it much better than a film finish. Finishing always seems to trip people up. And it's a very difficult thing to convey to people. Really, one of the biggest things is just prep work, prepping it correctly and considering time. We need to treat time like a material or an ingredient. Time is very important in the finishing process, and with many finishes, time is so critical between one thing and the next, whether it's to cure, whether it's to cross-link, whether it's to sand, scuff. There's so many things that have to do with timing in finishing. But I want to make much of that easier in this short time that we have together. I want to go over the way that I am currently finishing my necks and show you a couple different variations. It is fast, it's easy, and you really can't screw it up. Now we just did neck prep and peg head finishing. In the peg head finishing, I taped all along this purfling line to get my border between the lacquer and the oil finish that I'm going to put on right now. Now when I did that, the lacquer, of course, is a film finish, so it had some thickness to it. And what I just did was went along all the edges with 400 and just sanded down to get rid of the ridge that I had there where the lacquer had built up. Now I have almost no detectable ledge on this finish, which is great. That's exactly what I want. So if you're wondering how I got from taping to this point, that's what I did. Now, throughout the construction series so far, I've been talking about an oil finish, right? And an oil finish is not a film finish. It's not necessarily a build finish. There are some oils that you can get a somewhat of a build, but not like you can with a film finish. That's not their purpose. This product specifically is called Osmo. I also have this Rubio Monocoat, which I had used for a short while, but it does require mixing with a catalyst, and it's a little more difficult to use, although really not much more at all. Osmo is a German company. Europeans in general have been coming out with a lot of products like this. They're called a hard wax oil. They're becoming more and more popular. They're generally a matte finish, but they're super durable, really easy to repair, really easy to apply. I am going to apply in a few different coats, and it is going to take some time to cure. You can apply this with a pore filler, and you can use a pore filler like Timbermate. You can use a pore filler like Rubio. The Rubio Monocoat makes 3 different powder fillers that you mix with water, and Osmo has another product that is a super thin, like water thin, clear finish. And I was gonna do a seal coat with that on this one, but my can dried up. It is almost impossible to find in the US. It's really, really difficult. And FedEx has lost mine delivery that was supposed to be here in Kansas somewhere, so who knows. I'm just gonna use this. As you can see, it's pretty milky. It's real thick, cloudy. It has some additives that make it matte, and so it is not super clear, but a lot of that is some of the wax. This Osmo Poly X oil can separate, so I'm going to give it a good mix here. Now, although Osmo is a pretty green product, much like a lot of oil products that we use typically in the US, it can combust. So we do need to be careful with that. Put things out in the open, outside, or in a fire-safe container. Or out in the open air, like on the driveway, until it dries completely and the danger of combusting is gone. I am going to apply this pretty thickly. Thickly, is that even a word? Pretty thick. And I am going to push it down into the pores, make sure everywhere that I want it to be is covered and coated and rubbed in. And then I'm going to let it sit, and it's going to sit there because this product is designed to absorb into the wood and actually attach to the fibers of the wood rather than just kind of sit on the wood. Then I let it dry for maybe 5, 6, 7 minutes, come back, buff it out, wipe off all the excess. I take a look around, make sure that I'm not leaving anything on the neck, and I'll leave it sit overnight for 10 to 12 hours. And then I'll come back in the morning, do another one of those coats. That'll be coat number 2. Same thing, let it sit, wipe off all the excess, let it dry, and then tomorrow night I'll do the 3rd coat. And then by the end of that 3rd coat, after it dries, it'll be done. If I'm doing a film finish, I would almost always do a pour fill. But I'm not on this one because I've sanded it to 400. It feels awesome. And by the 3rd coat, some of this Osmo product, since it is so thick and has quite a few additives in it to make it this matte finish, it does a pretty good job of filling up some of the pores itself. I'm trying not to get any carried over onto the peg head, but even if I do, this oil really doesn't stick to existing finishes. It will wipe right off, which is one of the things that makes it super easy and just a killer finish for ease of use. I am putting it on fairly thick. I'm trying to get it down into all the pores. I want all those pores to be filled. One of the amazing things about this finish is its ability to be repaired. If you put a scratch or it gets gouged or something happens to it and you need to do a repair, you can take this whole thing back with any manner of sandpaper and just spot sand it, and then come back with this product and you will have 0 witness lines. Whoa. It's really amazing. Okay. I think I got that all pushed down into there. It does absorb into the wood pretty well, and it's got a really nice color tone to it on this mahogany. These rags or wipes that I'm using are called aerospace grade wipes. They're actually pretty amazing wipes. They're super strong. You really can't tear them, not cleanly, and they will not release fibers, which is super nice for finishing. They won't shed anything on my pieces, and they do a really good job of absorbing and holding the finished product while I'm applying it and holding enough in here to release it. Take a look all over and make sure that you've gotten everywhere that you really want this finish to be. I saw I missed a little spot right there. Let's see. Okay. These hard wax oils are gaining popularity in the flooring industry, and there's several companies who are doing similar products. But this one, Osmo in particular, is just superb at being able to finish necks with it. And it doesn't have an obnoxious smell at all. It actually smells quite good. All right, enough talking. I'll let this dry for, I guess, about 4 minutes now. And I'll come back and I'll wipe everything down, try to take off any of the wet stuff that I'm seeing and buff it out and let it sit overnight. While I'm waiting for this to dry, I thought I would show you this. So this piece of mahogany I sanded to 180 and then put the Osmo on it. I let it dry overnight. The next day I came back and sanded half of it back to raw mahogany. And then I went over the whole thing with a second coat of Osmo. Well, second on this side and only one on this side. But I just put the random orbital sander on it, so it was a nice half moon shape, and put the Osmo back on it. And as you can see, there are 0 witness lines at all. I mean, it could not be easier to repair. It is just an amazing product. I really, really like it, and it feels awesome, especially in this matte sheen. It looks great, and it feels really good to play. So I just wanted to show you this to kind of show off its repairability and how totally easy it is. All right, my timer is done, so I'm going to take a clean wipe. Wipe it down. And this stuff is not super fussy about gloves touching it either. If you do get a glove print in it, it will just wipe right off. Make sure you don't leave any wet spots showing. We don't want that to sit on top of it overnight because it will get kind of mucky and goobery if we leave it sit. But if we polish everything off, it dries quite nicely. I think that is it. So I will let this sit overnight and come back and do this in the morning. All right, coat 1 done. Good morning, everyone. We are getting properly fueled up and ready to put the second coat on this neck. Feels great after drying overnight and ready to put this second coat on. This stuff doesn't separate terribly, but I still like to give it a good mix even after only 10 or 12 hours. I may burnish it with steel wool or the fine abrasive pad after this coat, just prior to that last final third coat, but really it just doesn't need much at all. Okay, second coat going on. Trying to stuff it into those pores, into the open grain. And it's okay to leave this on a little bit thick because we're going to wipe it all off anyway. It doesn't really matter. Depending on where you are climate-wise, some of you may have an issue with this drying a little faster than 6 minutes, drying a little slower than 6 minutes. Really, you just don't want to have this thing completely dry on the neck. Give it somewhere between 5 and 7 minutes. Keep an eye on it, your first couple times and see how much it's actually going to dry out on you. If you really don't see much shine left after 6 minutes, the next time just drop that back maybe 5 minutes. We just don't want to have this product dry completely because it's much more difficult to get off. You're not going to ruin it. It's not going to eat the previous coat. It's not going to do anything bad. It just takes a little more work to rub that off because it does have those wax solids in it. All right, everything's coated nicely. It's still looking nice and wet. So I'm gonna come back in about 5 minutes and start wiping down here where I started the last time. See you in a few minutes. Okay, let's wipe off this second coat. This really just could not be easier to apply. It's an Osmo 3031 clear matte. They have it in several different sheens. The matte's my favorite. I feel like the solids that they put in it with the wax and to provide that matte look do tend to fill in the grain and the pores a little bit better. Everything looks good. All right, now I will set this aside, get to work on the bridge in the meantime, and come back to this tonight and do that third coat. All right, the third and final coat of the Osmo went on. This feels great. Just gonna wipe it down and see if I feel any slightly rough spots that need any attention. Not really. This all looks good. If you do end up using Osmo, you might notice if you use ebony, for whatever reason, the Osmo can have a little bit of buildup in the day or two after its application and can have a little bit of stickiness on it. And it's really just ebony that I've seen that on. Most of the, even the rosewoods are usually fine with that, but ebony seems to be so dense that it really doesn't absorb much of that. And a lot of that wax sits right on top of it. Okay. This all looks good. Now, Osmo says it takes a few days to fully harden. I've never really had an issue handling it the next day. So as far as guitar use goes, seems to be okay. All right, I'm just gonna peel this tape off of here. This is gonna be great. I'm really excited about this profile and the way this neck feels. Turned out great. I think the player I'm sending this over to will be very happy with it. All right, let's move on to masking the bridge and doing some finish work on the guitar.